We just got more stitched up than we've ever been in our lives.
Classic stitch up.
Have you ever been stitched up? And when I say that, I mean well stitched up. Like, how hard have you been stitched up?
You can't beat a classic stitch up, I reckon.
Because on this surf trip, we got stitched up.
Give it a crack, have a stitch up. I reckon this country was built on stitch ups, you know? It's what makes us who we are.
But before we get into that part, we must start at the beginning. We've been thinking about going on this little surf trip for a while now. Me, Rikai, Tyroa, and Fletcher. This weekend we finally went and made that happen. After checking the surf forecast, the only place that really had surf that was suitable for our level, which is progressive beginner, was in Dunedin, and that's around a 3.5 hour drive from here, Wanaka. We packed all of our stuff on Friday and we left on Friday around 2ish, so we would arrive in Dunedin around maybe 5:30, something like that. The drive there was actually super mellow and we got there around 5:30 as planned. We went to scope out the surf spot, which we heard good things about, so we went there. It was called Blackhead. We pulled up to this beach with amazing waves, like too amazing for a progressing beginner surf level. These waves were fully barreling. Like, we stayed there long enough to take in the beauty and say, I wish I was better at surfing, and then we left. And I have no idea, we didn't get any pictures of this place, but just imagine it. Just imagine like perfect waves, just like, By the time we arrived at the next beach, which was a beach called St. Clair's, the sun had already gone down, and it was kind of cold, really, so none of us wanted to go in, so we just chilled and went off to the town and just walked around for a little bit. It's around 9 o'clock now and we have no idea where we're gonna sleep. Rikai and Fletcher said they knew of this place like 30 minutes up north called Keritane.
Right, down there is Keritane. Right, in the middle distance, Keritane. Right, that's a wee bit of the island out Keritane, and that's the old Cherry Farm, Keritane Mental Hospital up there. This is the Keritane.
Which is a place where we might be able to post up. So we drove for 30 minutes, arrived at Keritane, and searched around for a place to put our tent. Because, I don't think I mentioned this, but we got a tent from our friend. On the maps, there looked like there was this massive patch of grass where we could camp. And turned out it was actually a Maori meeting house reserve. So we couldn't really camp there, so the search continued. The waves at the beach at Keritane looked a lot more inviting to us. So after a little bit of searching, finally settled in and pulled into this little car park area on the beach, pretty much, like right on the beach. It was actually super sick. And now it is around 10:30 at night, and we're all super knackered from the drive and just walking around and stuff, and all we really wanted to do was get to sleep so we could wake up and go surfing. Got the tent out of the boot, unpacked that tent, just to find out there were no poles with this tent.
We just got more stitched up than we've ever been in our lives. We pulled up to this place in Keritane to put this tent up, and we didn't get the poles.
No, we didn't get given the pole.
No, that's right.
We've been bamboozled. I'll let you know how this goes. Here we are in Keritane, 3.5 hours from home with a tent and no poles. What are we gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
We considered, all of us, just climbing into this limp tent, like one big sleeping bag, and just sleeping there. Like, that night, after a lot of thinking, a lot of brain power, we managed to get the tent up by attaching the strings from the tent to like nearby trees and the car, and it was pretty bundy, but it worked.
Hey, the tent is erected.
So pretty much we've attached these ropes to the trees
And then the back part to the car, and now it's up. Full ghetto solution.
Wait, why did you take mine out?
And then the beach is right there, but you can't see it.
Yeah. Really brought the boys together though. Does that work?
It works. It works enough.
The other way?
Yeah, it works enough.
There's so much bottom in there. Nah, it'll be sweet. As long as there's a shelter.
Yes, mate.
Yes. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, that was good.
I was like
sleeping all in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you hook this on.
You could probably zip.
Oh, mate.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, go do it on the other side.
Oh, we're sorted.
We slept that night with the doors wide open and the sound of the waves crashing in our ears.
Here we are inside the tent.
Yes. This is our little sleeping quarters tonight. We'll catch up in the morning, see what's good.
I'll have one.
Oh, whoa. Whoa. That was a weird flavor.
Thank you. Wait, what flavor did you?
The next morning I woke up to Rakai saying, wow, there's some pretty sick sets coming through. And I was really confused because I had my beanie over my eyes. And I was like, it's still nighttime, but it wasn't when I took my beanie off. It was the morning. I turned my head up from my pillow looking out the door and I saw the most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen. It was to die for.
Only was the day that my baby went away. I know it gets hard sometimes.
Oh, nah. Can't get enough of your love, baby. Oh, no.
This was the sleeping situation last night. Yeah, we kind of got drifted on a little bit. Pretty comfortable though, I'd say. Yeah. I had a good sleep. Yeah. Yeah. And we woke up right here on the beach. Very nice. The sun hadn't fully risen yet. It was hiding behind this sick little rock formation. As it rose higher over the top of the rock formation, the sun glistened on the incoming waves, just making the top of them glow, and it was pretty magical, to be honest with you. We hopped out of that tent and got straight into our wetsuits.
I know it gets hard sometimes.
Hey, he's done it! Yes. Now, although it may look like a warm little scene here, it's not too warm right now. It's kind of chilly.
And cold.
Oh yeah, boy! You get the surfboards.
Feet are cold.
Your feet are cold.
Feet are very cold.
And now we're all waxed up and ready to go. Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Sadly, we didn't end up filming any of the surfing at this beach because we were all so hyped to go surf that we all just went in and none of us really wanted to film. I managed to catch a couple good little ones. They weren't really massive waves at all. I think the standout performance from that first session was from Tyroa because he managed to catch quite a few waves. We got out of the water and got our wetsuits off and all of that, and we decided that we wanted to continue the search for waves. We drove another hour or so to a beach called Brighton, where we got back in our wetsuits and got ready for another surf. The waves here looked amazing, and we just found them by driving around, and Tyrell looked out the window and he was like, ooh, damn. Went out there, caught some waves. Some of the waves that came through were actually kinda decently sized, you know? Like, I'd be paddling out and a big one would come through. In my mind, I'll just be like, oh no. The water was definitely not warm. Normally I'd be okay with like big waves smashing me or whatever, but it was kind of how cold it was. You'll get brain freeze from going under too long. Saying that though, it was so much fun. That second session was There's our honorable filmer, Fletcher Craig. Yeah! Here he comes, our fearless leader. Rakai's practicing his squats.
Dark was the day that my baby went away. I know it gets hard sometimes. Broken was my heart. She left me in the dark. I know it gets hard sometimes. know it gets hard sometimes. I know it gets hard sometimes. Lord, I know
Are you actually gonna eat those? Yeah, you're gonna eat.
it gets hard.
Yeah. Just finished our little surf. That wasn't the surf from this morning which we were talking about. We've driven to another place and we just finished. And that was really fun.
Whoa,
So good surf.
So
Wow. Then we got dressed and we got ready for the drive home. 3.5 hours back to Wanaka. And here we are. Honestly, even though we got so stitched up, I think it turned out better than any of us really expected. There's a quote I heard from the documentary 180 Degrees South, and it's not an adventure until something goes wrong. And I think that's quite true. Yeah. Something about sleeping in that polarless tent with the doors wide open, because the way we set the tent up, there was no real way to actually close the doors. Just made it one of those trips that you'll just remember, and to be honest, I wouldn't have had it any other way. Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe.
We don't know who we are. It'll take 5 days by car.